Ah, ah. One day, every day will be Friday, no. We got just to celebrate, oh. Like saying now you're Friday, no. My baby, one day, breakfast on the jet, you know. Cruising, that's reject, oh. That day, not today, you know. Big things are happening now. More this, more that, more grace, oh, more cash, more babes, oh, more cars. Big things are happening now. More this, more that, more grace, oh, more cash, more babes, oh, more cars. And every shine like, oh.
Hello. Happy Friday, everyone. My name is Inzali. For those of you who are watching on YouTube from Inzali Takes Africa, welcome. As I said last week, I'm actually going to introduce my YouTube crowd to what I do for a living, to my business. So this is our second Friday going live on YouTube for SheWorks Digital Africa. And for those of you who are watching on Instagram, hello again. Thank you for joining in. You all are quite familiar. You know that we do this each and every Friday where I come to you and I talk about what it is we do with SheWorks Digital Africa. So I'm super excited to see you all here. Don't forget to follow our pages. On Instagram, it's at SWDA FRICA. So SWD Africa. So SheWorks Digital Africa. On Facebook is SheWorks Digital Africa as well. And you can follow us there. We are super excited. Also, we're on LinkedIn, SheWorks Digital Africa. So everywhere, same name, with the exception of Instagram. All right. So thank you all for joining in today. I'm hoping that you all had a really good week. I hope that it was productive. I hope that you all looked at those tips that I gave you last week to figure out if you are feeling overwhelmed, if you know like, my to-do list is never ending. I think I need a virtual assistant. Right? Because I did give you all some takeaways to let you know if like this is the perfect time for you to go ahead and consider having a virtual assistant. So I hope you all took that into consideration. And if you are ready, you're like, I looked at what you said, I listened to you, I know what it is, and I am at a place where I do need that virtual assistant, then go ahead and go to our website right now. It's scrolling across the bottom. And book a call with us so we can talk about your business more in depth, where you're trying to go, where you currently are, and how some virtual assistants can be of benefit to you. So go ahead and go to our website, SheWorksDigitalAfrica.com. Click on Hire a VA and schedule your call. We do have some availability next week for those calls. So I would love to get on the phone and talk about what it is that you do as the visionary that you are. All right. So today I'm actually going to spend some time talking to you all about what it is that we do at SheWorks Digital Africa, what it is that we offer, and how does that best align with you. So for those of you who are new, our mission at SheWorks Digital Africa is very simple. We empower women and we elevate businesses. Those are the two highlights of what we do. When we say empower women, what you'll find out is that it's not called SheWorks for no reason. We hire women. We hire women from the African continent or women who are of the African diaspora, and we connect them with businesses that need to scale, businesses that are at a good place, and they just need a little bit of assistance to help get them to the next level. So that's the elevating business part. And our vision is to be Africa's leading platform for virtual talent, championing flexibility. I almost got tripped up over that word, independence, and success. So if that sounds like something that you are in alignment with, you definitely are in the right space. This is the place for you. And you can also share this with other people who you feel like are in alignment with that as well. So At SheWorks Digital Africa, there's some primary things that we focus on, right? And there's some primary core services that we focus on, okay? So the very first part is finding a virtual assistant. I know a lot of people, when they're thinking like, okay, I want to bring on some extra help, I've heard about this whole VA thing, immediately what pops in their mind is Asia or India, right? A whole bunch of people packed into a space with phones and noise in the background. Let's be honest here, noise in the background. And these people are working, doing call center type stuff. Okay. Another thing that pops up in your mind is, okay, I'm going to be going through Upwork, Fiverr, all of those places to try to find some remote talent. So what we do at SheWorks Digital Africa, our very first core service is that we take that off of your plate. We find the virtual assistants for you. And not only do we find just any old body, we find highly skilled, highly qualified virtual assistants for you. And the reason that highly skilled and highly qualified is important, because for a person who has been running their business for such a long time, you have an idea of how your system should flow. You just need a little bit of help executing. You may not have the time to train, and bring on someone that's going to require a lot of your time. You basically are trying to hire someone that's like a fixer almost, someone who can plug in immediately and get the things moving that you need to get moving. So that's why we specifically look for high skilled and highly qualified. Another part of this finding the VA is that we're looking for people who have expertise in very like specific industries and roles. So of course we are hiring VAs that have a lot of admin experience, because a lot of people, when they're looking for a virtual assistant, they want someone to really take the admin stuff off of their table, especially if you're a small business, because you're used to kind of being all things. We also have found that a lot of our clients are looking for social media support. That could be posting for someone, managing their social media calendar. That could be creating content for them. That could be helping them answer inquiries or leads that come in. That could be social media engagement with their followers and their base of subscribers, XYZ. It also could be, I've already said that one, content creation, right? So those are some areas that we really, really specialize in, as well as customer service relations, right? So anything that's dealing with you, your customer or consumer base, and making sure that they're having the best experience possible while working with you, that's really what our virtual assistants thrive in. Now, we do have a few other people who specialize in other things, but those are the core pieces. And so how do we find these highly skilled, highly qualified virtual assistants? The first part of it is you have to know what educational qualifications are going to kind of weed out some people. So we do have virtual assistants who have at least a first degree. Basic, that's the baseline, right? At least a minimum of a first degree, because that way we know that there's some dedication to study, there's some dedication to seeing something through, there's some dedication to following a schedule and a flow. In addition to that, we check their previous work history. For those of them who have strong work history, we're checking where they've worked, what were the actual tasks that they had to complete while they were working, and how do those tasks and skills apply across the spectrum. In addition to that, we also screen their skill level. So we do have an assessment for our virtual assistants to complete before we even move them forward to a conversation in our process. So that way there's a baseline of skill that we know is available before we even get to the part where we're bringing them onto our team. So those are just a few tidbits of how we screen our virtual assistants, where our virtual assistants kind of sweet spots are, as well as what we look for when we're looking at a virtual assistant. There are a few more, but I can't give you all the goods in one sitting, right? I do see that someone has joined on YouTube. So hello. Just let me know where you're watching from. I would love to know where people are watching from. Also, let me know if you are a business owner, right? So that I know, what industry you're working in, all of that. I see another person has joined in as well for YouTube. Welcome again. Let me know where you're watching from. All right. So, of course, first thing that we take off your plate at SheWorks Digital Africa is we find the virtual assistant for you. You don't have to take out hours of your day to go and search, interview, screen, onboard, all of that. We do that for you. The second thing that we do at SheWorks Digital Africa is we handle the back end portion. So, a lot of the times when you onboard a new employee, you also do all the processing for their payroll. Thank goodness you don't have to do that if you have a virtual assistant from SheWorks Digital Africa. We take care of the back end. So we're the ones who are going to do the payroll for your virtual assistant. We also take up their time so that we're keeping track of their time and how many hours they're working for you. We outline their training program. So if there is a particular software or I guess that's what you would call a software or app that you're using for your business and you need some upskilling for your virtual assistant, we provide that training for them so that you don't have to take time out of your day. You don't have to take time away from your money making or money generating tasks to do those things. So that's a big part of the time saving benefit of having a virtual assistant, and specifically having a virtual assistant that is sourced through SheWorks Digital Africa. Because again, not only are we bringing you the talent, you don't have to do that. You also don't have to process their payroll every week. You also don't have to do the training. So with just that alone, we've saved you minimum at least 5 to 6 hours of your time that you could be using to do something else that will bring more business to your business, right? And then the very last thing that we focus on with SheWorks Digital Africa is the right person for the right price. I know for a lot of my Western folks, negotiating is something we shy away from unless you're used to big business. We don't like the back and forth. We don't like to do all of those things. However, one of the beautiful parts that I've learned while I have experience living abroad, specifically in Africa, is the power of negotiation. Okay, and it is a skill and it's something that I believe every person should learn. So, one of the things that we do for you is that we go and do that negotiating for you. We go and find the right person for the right price that fits the budget that feels suitable and fair for all parties. So we make sure that we have perfectly matched you with the right VA who has the right expertise that also fits your budget. Now, please do keep in mind that does not mean cheap. Okay, because I know some people feel like, oh, okay, right price means little of nothing. No, keep in mind that our virtual assistants are highly qualified, highly skilled. So it doesn't mean cheap. It just means that it's fair and just for both parties. Okay. And so when we talk about affordability and not compromising quality, that's something that's important. One of the reasons that we do a lot of sourcing of our talent out of Africa is because of this affordability factor. Right? When you're coming as a Western company and you're looking to source highly qualified talent out of Africa, one of the benefits to that is that it could be more affordable because of the exchange rate. So that's one of the things that we took into consideration at the formation of this business so that we could definitely bring you what you needed for the right price. Okay. And so I definitely want to know if you all have some questions for us. I know there's some people who definitely have thought about using a virtual assistant, or maybe they have had a virtual assistant based out of, let's say, the Philippines or Korea, or something like that. One of the pieces of feedback I received from a recent inquiry was that they've had a virtual assistant. The person was based out of the Philippines, but the time difference, they felt so bad about it because they're like, I feel like I'm keeping this person up in the middle of the night. And yes, that is the work, but there's also a human factor to it. So that's one of those things, right? But sourcing your talent out of Africa, especially if you're looking at West Africa, you're looking at a 5-hour time difference, maybe even less. 6 hours if you're probably in Nigeria. So that time difference is more suitable. I also like to tell clients that, especially if you're coming from Canada, US, South America, any of those type of places on the Western Hemisphere, I actually think the time difference between there and Africa benefits you because your virtual assistant is like 5 hours ahead of the game for you. So by the time you wake up and get your stuff going for the day, they've knocked off so much work from your to-do list that you really are like waking up with a soft landing in the morning. And I think that that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. All right, so I don't want to keep you all too long. It is Friday. I want you to enjoy your Friday, of course. But if you have any questions about SheWorks Digital Africa or the virtual assistant space, go ahead and drop those in the comments on YouTube. You can drop it in the comments on Instagram, and our team will definitely reach back out to you and get you the appropriate information because we want to make sure that everyone is informed. Everyone has the right information. And of course, if you have a business and you're looking for some assistance, you know that you've been feeling the burnout. You know that you've been feeling like I'm playing catch up all the time. Go ahead and book that call with us today. Log on to SheWorks Digital Africa. It's at the bottom of the screen. Click on Hire a VA, set up your call. We have time next week to meet with some new folks. Let us know what you're doing, where your future goals are, and we will find the best alignment of assistance for you. So I want to thank you all for always joining me on Friday. Today, I'm actually really perfectly on time, right? Like I didn't go over my 20-minute mark. So I'm proud of myself. Thank you for viewing and tuning in. Again, I just want to let you know that there are 3 highlights of what we do at SheWorks Digital Africa. The very first one is we find the VA for you. The second one is we take care of the back end. And the third one is we find the right VA for the right price for you. All right. And I look forward to seeing you all next Friday. Again, make sure you're following our pages, keeping up to date with what we're doing. And you never know when some specials are going to come down the pipeline because we do have some special things for some of our business owners coming up real soon. So until next time, stay blessed. Love you all. See you next Friday. Bye.
Yeah. Give me that, yeah. Who be that, Bad energies, stay far away. I pray for more life and I pray for grace. I know that man can't take my place. No, they can't take my place. We only do big things. We turn up to shut down. We know they like small things. Because we know they hear what now. Big things are happening now. More this, more that, more grace, more cash, more babes, more cars. Big things are happening now.